guys, my name is Maddie. Welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be answering some of your guys' questions that you guys asked me over on my bookstagram at Books and Maths to say thank you for 10k. I basically asked over on my story if you guys asked me some questions and I got loads of questions from you guys. So I don't know if I'm going to get to them all. I don't think I will. But I'll either make a part 2 or I'll try and get as many as I can into this video to kind of answer all of your questions. I did get quite a few repeats, so at least your question will probably be answered. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below, do all that YouTube stuff, and let's get right on into the video. I know this isn't really like a book related video, but it kind of is because a lot of these questions are book related because obviously I do Bookstagram and Booktube, so yeah, they're kind of bookish questions, but I hope you guys enjoy it nonetheless. Also guys, ignore the state of this iPad. This is my niece's iPad, but I'm having to use it just so I can log into Instagram to see the questions because I film on my phone because I don't have any equipment because I don't have the money for it. So we're gonna have to look at the questions through my iPad. This iPad is honestly disgusting. It's unreal. Also guys, ignore what I'm wearing. I'm wearing like literal pajama shorts and it's hot because it's actually boiling. So as soon as I got home, I was like, right, I'm changing. Because I was wearing joggers. Tell me why I decided to wear joggers in really hot weather. Like, I don't get it. I had 184 responses. That's insane. We're just going to start off by answering some of them. Okay, so the first question is, what is the worst book you've ever read and you wish to unread? Now, if we're talking just worst book in general, it starts with by Colin Hoover. I DNF'd that book, hate it so much, and I don't see the point of that book existing. And then if we did a book that I actually finished, I'd pick Book Lovers by Emily Henry because I just really did not connect. If you could read any book right now, even unreleased, what book would you read? If you guys know me, this is going to be a really obvious answer, but A Curse of True Love by Stephanie Garber. Like, I need that book right now. What advice do you have for anyone who also loves reading? Do not compare your reading speed to everyone else you see online. Like, I have slowed down reading quite a lot recently, but it's an unhealthy habit to have if you compare to everyone else. Like, someone else may read 5 books in a week, which congrats to you if you can do that, but some people may read 1 book a month. That's okay. Reading is about enjoying the hobby. It's not meant to be a competition about who can read the most books in a year or who can read the most books in a month. It's meant to be a hobby, so don't make it a bad habit to compare to other people because that's not what reading's about. We all know your favourite book is The Battle Never After Duh, but what's your favourite romance? Now, my go-to for romance recommendation is the Twisted series. I love the Twisted series so much. All of those books are 5 stars for me. I absolutely love those books so much, and they are my favourite romance books. Favourite book villain? Now, people, apparently he's meant to be a villain, but in my eyes, he's not a villain. That's Jax. The love of my life. He's mine. Okay. When did you get into reading? It was last year at the end of August in the summer. I've always loved reading. I have read my whole life. I was a very early reader as well. But I've read my whole life, but I got into my reading binge and it became my main hobby at the end of August last year when I read Ugly Love by Colin Hoover. Congrats on your 10k, that's so great. I've been here since 1k, so happy for you. Thank you. Honestly, I didn't ever see getting to 10k. I'm not just being humble, I'm being serious. What the hell? Thank you guys so much. How tall are you? Because I feel like you're really short. I don't actually know my height, but I think I'm average. What's your favourite trilogy? Once More Than Heart trilogy. Love them. How fast do you read? How long would it take you on average to finish a 400-ish page book? Now, I don't actually know this, but I think it takes me about an hour to read, I think, 50 pages. That probably differentiates between what book I'm reading and the font size and if I'm interested. Because if I'm really interested in a book, I'll binge and I'll read it really quickly. But if it's a book that takes longer, probably not as quick, but around 50 pages an hour, I think, on average. So a 400-ish page book would take me 8 hours to finish. Have you read The Inheritance Games? No, I have not. I do have the first book though, but I haven't read it yet. Adriel or Cassian? Now, I haven't read A Court of Silver Flames yet, so I don't know if I can actually properly comment. Oh, I love both of them. That's difficult. That is difficult. I don't know what it is about Adriel. I love Adriel so much. But Cassian, oh my god. Cassian's my spirit animal. I don't know on that one. I'd pick both if I could, but Carden or Jax? Jax. Really, really easy. I love Jax so much. I love Carden as well, but Jax is my main. How long has it taken you to grow your account? Okay, so I started my account, I think it was in May. I think it was May 13th. It's been 3 months. How did you get so much followers? I love your content. Thank you. I don't know. I genuinely don't know what I'm doing. I just post content because I like posting content, you know what I mean? I genuinely have no idea. Favorite love trope. Okay, this is difficult. I have a lot of tropes I love. Like, I love enemies to lovers in fantasy, not in a romance book. Like, that is my favorite. And like overall, if it was in a fantasy. In a normal romance, oh, I don't know. Yeah, I have a lot of tropes that I like. I don't know what my favorite would be. Probably enemies to lovers in fantasy, which is a very cliche answer, but you know. Do you recommend a few easy to read fantasy books, ideally for 14 or 15-year-olds? Okay, so I'm gonna do YA because a lot of like that kind of age would read YA books. So I'd obviously recommend Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy. Love that so much. It's completely YA, it's romance, it's really easy to get into, and it has like little to no world building. It takes place after the Caraval trilogy, but you don't have to read that to read them. I'd also recommend the Folk of Air trilogy, the Cool Prince trilogy, because that's also really easy to get into. I love the world so much. They're short books, they're really bingeable, they're really easy to read, and they're YA. I'd also recommend Shadow Me, because that is the fantasy books that got me back into reading. They're the fantasy series that got me back into reading, and they're YA, and they're really good to read. But yeah. What's your age? Okay, I've got a lot of questions like this, like how old are you? I'm 14. Kenji or Warner? You guys should know that my answer is Kenji all the way. I want to read it, but I'm not sure if I should start with Fourth Wing or Avatar. Can you recommend me? Now, both of those are really good. I would say Fourth Wing I binged in almost a day, and it's honestly really good, but then again, it's not complete. I don't even think Avatar's completed. Don't quote me on that. Avatar is really good. I love the series so much, but the books get thicker. And I did find like the first few chapters to be a little bit confusing with Avatar, but I was like really invested, so I did push through, and then really quickly I fell in love. Both of those are really good. I think Fourth Wing, it's probably easier. I don't know. I love both of them, so just whatever one you want to go for. Oh, this is a two-parter. It says, so I'm not a fantasy reader, but since Fourth Wing and Avatar is getting a lot of fame, I want to read it, but I'm not sure if I should start with. Okay, I'd start with Fourth Wing. Because, I don't know, I think that's a little bit easier, and then go to like Avatar or like different trilogies like that are really easy to read. So yeah. What's your favourite book? The Bard Never After by Stephanie Garber. How was your day? My day was good, thank you. Have you read The Song of Achilles? If so, what did you think of it? I haven't, but I own the book. Your fave movie? Okay, I don't know about movie in general, but my fave Disney movie is Tangled. What is a book you are dying to read? What is your comfort read? What book are you into reading? Okay, so book I'm dying to read is A Castle to Love by Stephanie Garber. What's your comfort read? Once Upon a Broken Heart, Bad Never After, which might actually be surprising because low-key, the second one's traumatizing. What book got you into reading? Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. What was your first 5-star read this year? I think it was Twisted Games by Anna Huang, which was actually the second book that I read this year, so it was an accomplishment. What book would you recommend for a first-time beginner reader? Thanks. Okay, depending on genres you want to go for, I'd recommend Colleen Hoover books. Like, a lot of people don't like them, and you wouldn't see me reading them now, but she's really good to get into. I'd recommend Colleen Hoover books. For fantasy, I'd recommend, like I've already said, for like beginning fantasy, like Shadow Me, Cool Prince, Once Upon a Broken Heart, Bad Never After, those kind of books. I'd also recommend the Twisted series, just all those kind of books that are like really easy to get into. I'd also recommend 5 Survive by Holly Jackson if you're looking for a mystery. It's probably the only one I've read this year, so yeah. Also recommend A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I haven't read that, but I've heard it's amazing. Is a Kindle worth the money? I really want to buy one, but I'm scared that I'm going to regret it. Yes, I love my Kindle. Like, I absolutely love my Kindle. I was going to grab it, but it's downstairs. I absolutely love my Kindle. Like, it's definitely worth it. But if you don't want to buy a physical Kindle, you can get the Kindle app on your phone and just read it on your phone. But I think a Kindle is so much worth the money. I got mine during the Prime Day sale, so I got mine for like half price. I think I got it for like £60, which is a deal, so. I really want to make videos like you, but I'm insecure of how I would look on a camera. Any tips? This is going to be really cliche, but just do it. At the end of the day, I do this because I like making videos. I'm very talkative, I'm very chatty, so I like talking to a camera and to people. And I think just go for it, you know? Like, if you're scared about how you look on a camera, don't be. At the end of the day, you are beautiful just the way you are. And if you really feel uncomfortable on a camera, you don't necessarily have to show your face when you make videos. So if you are that insecure, you don't have to show your face. There are ways to go around that, but you're beautiful. I think you should just go for it because honestly, you may fall in love with it, it may become a hobby, and I think it's a really nice thing. Can you give tips on how to grow your bookstore? I don't know what I'm doing technically, so I don't know, but my only tip would be, that I keep saying to people, is if you're looking to grow, post reels, because for me, they do better. And they're also much more fun to make, in my opinion. Like, I love making posts, but I just love reels and making videos. I think that's just because I used to do TikTok, but I love making reels and videos because I think they're so much fun. Top author at the moment, Stephanie Garber. I just love her writing so much. It's so beautiful and so easy to read. My favorite book cover, okay. I'd say Once Upon a Broken Heart and The Ballad Never After. They're just so pretty. Both the UK and the US ones are gorgeous. Like, I want both of them, but I can't get both of them, so. Where do you usually read? Okay, so I read at my desk, on my bed, mostly in my bed actually. At my desk sometimes downstairs, like in the living room, sometimes outside if it's a nice day. I don't know, my main place is in my bed. I like sometimes sit up, lay down, depending on what I'm reading and like how I'm reading. Like if I'm on Kindle, I'll lay down, that kind of thing. What made you fall in love with books? I've always been a massive bookworm and I've loved English and literature my whole life. Like since I was really, really young, I was an early reader. I've loved writing stories, creating stories, and I've loved writing since forever. English has always been my favorite subject. I've just loved creating stories and writing and just, oh, I love it so much. So I've always been in love with books, but I don't know what made me start binging them. Like in August, I just like read a really good book and I just wanted to keep binging. I remember I read like 5 in a week, so I binged like Ugly Love, Verity, One True Loves. There was another one I forgot. There's just so many books I binged and it was like really good. So I guess it was just that I've always loved reading, to be honest. You read thriller? I was a big murder girly when I was younger and I think I still am. I just haven't been reading them recently. I don't know what it is. I've just been in such a fantasy era. Can you give me some romance book recommendations? These are smutty, spicy, I don't know what you call them. The Twisted series, The American Roommate Experiment. I wouldn't recommend The Smashville Deception, but everyone loves that, so you can give it a go. Happy Place by Emily Henry. But I've been in a massive fantasy era, so I don't have that many. What's your favorite music to listen to when reading? I don't tend to listen to anything when reading because it distracts me and I find it hard to focus on what I'm reading. But if I did, it would probably be like, this isn't music, but like rain sounds. Probably like you can get those videos on YouTube that like a fireplace in a tree house, that kind of thing, which I think are really good to like set the scene. But if I'm like rereading a book like I did with Once Upon a Broken Heart and The Ballad Never After, I had a playlist I made for Eva Jacks and I listened to that because it doesn't take as much brain power to read the words because I read it before, and I was listening to my Eva Jacks playlist, which made it hit so much harder and I really loved that. But yeah, I don't really listen to music. Some people are gonna get really icky with this, but I just sit in silence most of the time. Favorite song? This changes every day. My music taste changed like that every single day. I don't have like a specific song, but I love like Mess It Up by Gracie Abrams. I love that so much. Like I'm listening to that a lot now. I love like Natalie LaBelle and like Friends by Chase Atlantic. I love The Weeknd. Taylor Swift. I love Style, Cruel Summer, and I love just a lot of songs like that. Do you have any interest other than book reading? I'd say books just in general as my like main hobby, like reading books, writing books, buying books, you know, that kind of thing, organizing books. I'd also say making videos. I enjoy making videos. I do like playing games. Like I was a big gamer girl when I was younger and I'm a big FNAF girly. If any of you guys are FNAF girlies, hit me up, just saying. I'd say that's mainly it, just like playing games, writing, reading. No, that sounds really boring, but that's basically it. What's your favorite childhood book? P.S. Love you and your account. Thank you. My favorite childhood book would be the Men, Myths and Age series. Or actually like Hetty Feather by Jacqueline Wilson. I was a Jacqueline Wilson stan when I was younger. Like I loved Hetty Feather. I loved Tracy Beaker, Diamond Girls. Oh, I loved Jacqueline Wilson so much. And then I also love the Men, Myths and Unladylike series by Robin Stephens. I think that's the name. I never actually finished that. I still have the books. I might, I could do a video just finishing my childhood books. But that was one of my favorite like series I read. And probably like Last One to Die, I think that's the name, and When Leaves Kill Die by Cynthia Murphy. They were like when I started getting into more darker, deeper books. What's the first spicy book you've read? If you don't count Colleen Hoover, I'd say Twisted Love because I picked that up. I'm looking at it right now. It looks so innocent. You've got to admit the covers look so innocent, but they're really not. Clearly they're really not. So yeah, but that was the first spicy book I ever read, and then I've never gone back since, if you don't count Colleen Hoover. Congrats for the 10k, thank you. And do you have any romantic book suggestions? Okay, right, these are gonna be a mix of YA and spicy. I'm gonna say YA first. Once Upon a Broken Heart, Caraval, The Cruel Prince, Shadow Me, and then we're gonna go spicy, Akatar, Fourth Wing, Kingdom of the Wicked, even though I don't think the first book is spicy. I think the other two are they the only ones I've read? Just those kind of books. I actually am realizing now I haven't actually read that much but fancy. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. What's your favorite book character? Okay, book like boyfriend, I say Jax, and favorite girl, Jude Duarte. I love your videos. Where do you get inspo for that? I don't know. I just scroll on, if I literally have no inspo at all, I just go on the Reels like feed and I watch some videos, and sometimes they give me inspo, or I just hear a sound and the idea pops, like it's right in my head. I don't know, it's really hard to explain. What country are you from? I'm from the UK. I'm in England. Is Akatar worth reading? Yeah. That was me. I was like, is this worth it? They're really big books. Yes, they are. They are so worth it. When's your birthday? The 23rd of April. If you had to describe your favorite book / series and character in 3 words, how would you do that? We'll do favorite book. Heartbreaking, fairy tale, and beautifully written. I'm always very interested in your reels because you make them amazingly. How do you do your hair? If you mean the Jude hair, oh my god, this is gonna be so funny, right? Normally you'd get like cat ears or like devil horn headbands, but I didn't have that, so I had to proper DIY it. That is so... Okay, I had to proper DIY it to kind of look like horns, right? And then you just like wrap your hair around it. And then like add jewelry to your hair, like accessories, and then it's the Jude hair. I know this looks really, really stupid, but I had to DIY it. I literally cut like, you know, like a toilet roll thing, and then I cut it to kind of make it into a horn shape, taped it a bunch, clipped it to a headband, and that's my Jude haircut thing. If you want a proper tutorial, they're like all over TikTok. They're literally everywhere, so if you go look one up, you'll be able to find a detailed one. What are your favorite bookstagrammers? Okay, so if we're talking like fave, like big ones, obviously I've mentioned them before, but like Sarah Caroli, Destiny Sidwell, Rachel Catherine, Carrigan Reed, Hayley Pham, those kind of people. If we're talking like friends I've made, AOK Book Javette, the Bookish guy, Lazy Meh, is that your name? Stella, you know who you are. Katie's Books, Kate, Julia, Jude. Who am I forgetting? I think I'm forgetting some. But you know who you are, like, you know who you are. What was the last book you gave 5 stars? The Queen of Nothing by Holly Black. What are your theories and hopes for A Curse of True Love? I have this at the end of my reading vlog of me rereading Once Upon a Broken Heart and the World Never After, but like I have a few theories. I've told a few people, and if you're watching this, you know, I've told a few people my theories. And my hopes is I want to see, in Once Upon a Broken Heart, there was, you know, that pen. I want to see that. Like, I'm not gonna say much because I'm not spoiling it, but like, you know what I'm on about. I want to see that. What she drew, I want to see that. I want to see that. I would die. That is the perfect epilogue. The perfect epilogue ever. Also want to see, you know who dead. I want to see him dead on the floor. I want to see him dead. Dead. I didn't really have a problem with him until the end. Sorry, I want him dead. I want him dead. And then I have a big theory, but I'm not going to say it here because it's spoilers, but you can go see it in my reading vlog in the spoiler section. But yeah, I'm trying to keep it spoiler free, so yeah. What is the best book of the Shadow Me series in your opinion? Defy Me. I love Defy Me. Me and Defy Me. That is the best book in the whole series. I love the plot of that book. It's the first 5-star book in the series. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. And I also love Imagine Me. But why did she have to go for the whole family? She had to get all of them. She had to get everyone. Everyone from the family. Like, why? She has something with that family that she loves. Like, girl, no. Anyways, that's the end. I don't know how many I've answered in this video, but I've been filming for 45 minutes, so wow. I hope I've answered the majority of your guys' questions, and I'm sorry if I didn't get to yours. Thank you so much for everything. Again, thank you guys so much for 10k, and just thank you so much. I hope this kind of answered what you guys wanted to know about me, and I hope that kind of got to know me better. And if you guys have any extra questions that you didn't ask or you didn't get answered, comment them down below. I'll reply to a comment, I'll answer them. But yeah, thank you guys so much for all the support that you've given me so far. I love you guys so much, and I'm sorry I couldn't do a giveaway to say thank you because I have no money. Thank you guys so much for everything. I love you guys so much. If you guys haven't already, go check out my bookstagram at booksandmads, where I post different reels and really short videos and posts and reviews and just everything on there. and thank you guys so much for everything. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little video. I'm sorry this wasn't really a bookish video, but it was mostly book questions. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow on the internet. Bye guys, love you.